Alright guys, so let's have a chat about van life security. So van life security is a hot topic nowadays. Obviously there's plenty of images on all the Facebook groups how people have been broken into, which by the way some of them are really impressive. I'm not complimenting you thieves, seriously, but honestly, commitment, some of them. Obviously, now that we are doing our own van conversion, we think about our own van security.
Because I do not trust the manufacturer's locks, especially when you see those pictures.
We have not installed the security system in our van yet, so your suggestions are more than welcome in the comments below. So frankly, go crazy. So we're going to go through the stages of security that we're going to go through.
Yep, and we've broken it down into 3 main stages. So the first stage, or first level, is external security. So things on the outside of the van that either deter people from trying to break in or protect it so it's much harder to break into the van if they so try.
And this includes things like extra locks, metal plates, and stickers, which is my personal favorite. Seriously, stickers, put CCTV stickers, dog stickers,
radioactive stickers.
Radioactive stickers, I love that one.
Hazardous waste.
Yeah, so things they'll look at it and say, it's not worth it. Alright, so here I have a few templates to represent metallic plates. So when we say plates, you know, have you seen on some vans there's like an extra glowing piece of
silvery metal?
Silver, yeah. So essentially you'll get it around this rim, so they cannot wedge a screwdriver in here to pop this plastic off, which would give them direct access to the mechanism that unlatches the door. Another very popular and ridiculously easy spot that potential criminals can get to is here. You drill here, that gives you direct access to the latching mechanism, or the, what is it, a lock sliding mechanism. They break it, they open it. Done. And this section of security is really about fixing the manufacturer's weak points, which honestly, they shouldn't even exist, guys. It's not that expensive for you to reinforce the extra bits of the locking mechanism. Seriously, VW, Mercedes, all of you, please just sort this out. It's bad enough that you give us leaky vans that we have to seal ourselves, but now we have to even protect them. Anyway, rant over. Okay, so how you protect this section? I mean, you could put a plate on top of here, but it's safer for you to go on the inside with a sort of a bracket. Alright, so before you close up your van with cladding and insulation, what you can do is come in here. So what you can do is get a plate. This is a nail bracket, and then flicks that. This is for just the screws to go in. So this is a locking mechanism, so they can drill through here directly into it, or they can drill sideways like this. Alright, so you're trying to stop that from happening. So you slide the plate in front. Yeah, that notch is for the cables. Alright, so one side blocks drilling from the front, and the other side, which is this one, blocks drilling from the side, and you use this leg here to actually screw it in. Okay, so that would slow them down.
Probably
the best you can do is slow them down. There's a few things that you'd be like, well, would they really stop them, or would it really deter them, or if I put all of these plates on, would they think I'm hiding something, hence more worth the breaking in? Quite possibly. So you have to get a balance of it. So sometimes putting the more internal protections to basically when they start drilling, you know, to slow them down, would probably be best. Also, if you get a pretty determined criminal and you make it really difficult to get in, but they still carry on, they're just gonna trash your whole van and leave you with a massive bill anyway. Okay, so another hot zone is here. So obviously they would want to get into this. Again, you can put a plate here. But also another thing that they use is they take off the magnet, which then gives them a nice easy hole. They stick something through and then do something to the mechanism to unlatch it. Essentially what happens is you put a plate, and that basically slows them down in drilling a hole here to remove that. A few other things you can add are deadlocks and slam locks. So they are different. Slam locks basically don't really add an extra lock, but what they do is they make when you close your door, you have a little circle somewhere around here, which is a lock, even if your van is unlocked from the central control, this lock will not allow you to open the door unless you put a key in. Actually, a good example for a van life that use it is Indie Projects. They released a video on this recently, so go check that out because they've actually used theirs. Deadlocks are an extra lock. I've seen them put in various places, very often kind of on this side here, maybe here, or sometimes higher up here, although obviously we have a window here so we can't put ours there. Now with both deadlocks and slam locks, you should really put them on all the doors, not just on one door. If you don't have a bulkhead, you have to put them also on the front doors as well, because otherwise there's no point. With both deadlocks and slam locks, it does mean that you have an extra key, a physical key that you then slot in and turn around no matter how much you press your buttons. And with any lock can be picked.
Now obviously all these external locks and plates and stuff are to try and prevent people from getting in the first place. However, if people want to get in your van, they'll get in the van, because if you put, let's say you put everything that we've just said on your van, deadlocks, plates, etc., they could just smash a window, or they could just drill a hole in that side where there's no protection or anything. I mean, if they want to get in, they'll get in, and that's basically where level 2 comes into play. So level 2 is the immediate psychological deterrents that occur when they immediately enter the van. And that basically means two things: strobing lights and alarms. Now, most vans do have a manufacturer alarm that comes with the van, so if someone breaks in, it should sound. However, one important thing to note is that with vans, if you break in through the back doors or the back doors are forced pried open, the alarm does not go off. Again, another manufacturer fault that we now have to fix. But anyway, it's good to know. You could have a regular alarm, you could have a really loud, like siren. Another thing that is really effective is either animal, like dogs, barking or such, or human screams. And you may think this is a little bit extreme, but honestly, human screams are so psychologically painful to listen to and so off-putting and disorientating that it will pretty much drive most people away.
There was an advert for a keychain that we should really all get, which not endorsing here, it's really cool, but basically it's supposed to be a keychain with a button. So if you're getting mugged and you manage to get to your key somehow and you manage to press the button, it basically sounds a human scream to attract attention. Because sometimes if you're getting mugged, your ability to scream may be incapacitated, so the keychain will do it for you. So based on that logic, human shouts and stuff like that, fair game for this too. And then, like Sam said, then you have strobing lights. So you know how alarms start blinking when you come in. But imagine if the whole van is almost like a disco, okay? And it's not just like a flash like that with every siren whoop.
It's like light pulses 10 times a second in your face, all different colours, and the screaming happening, and other alarms at the same time. Imagine watching this as a passerby. You're just walking past, there you are at 9 o'clock at night, and suddenly this van's just screaming at you with lights going.
They can trash the van all they like, but they might not be able to see anything, so they might just give up. And also a really good backup to have is obviously an internal camera. So whoever walks in, you get an alert on your phone, and then you can see who's that, and maybe try and catch them from that, or at least call the police knowing that, hey, there's somebody in the van in my van that shouldn't be. Or if you have pets, you just want to track your pets. Yeah, awesome.
Now, CCTV, again, should probably be more hidden rather than very visible, because if it's very visible, they're just going to rip the camera off the wall, and that's not going to be much help to you. But so try and hide it away in places that you can, but have it recording. Have it recording as much as your van as possible. So that's pretty much level 1 and level 2. But let's say they're somehow superhuman and get past all the locks that you put on the external of your van. They're blind and ignoring the screaming, and they're now
just grabbing for your laptop and camera.
They've got past the external, they've got past the psychological deterrents, and now we come to level 3, and that is basically hidey holes. Hidey holes. Basically, all your stuff that you want to leave in your van, like you would leave it in your house, where do you put it?
Yep. So obviously you're going out for a hike, you don't want to carry and lug every single piece of tech that you have, because nowadays everybody has tons of them. So obviously you don't want to hide them anywhere obvious.
But the important thing is that these hidey holes are unique to every single person who does a van conversion. Because if we say where we're going to put ours, not only do then everyone who watches this video knows, but also if other people copy that, then that's kind of similar hidey holes. So everyone just has to kind of in their design, build in places where they're going to hide stuff. And I know that may not sound too helpful, but we can give you some tips on exactly what those things should kind of function like.
Alright, so the way that you need to design your hidey holes, you need to think about how you would actually psychologically use them so you can easily hide things in there yourself, but then make it hard for the criminals to actually think, oh, that is a storage compartment. So for example, make it look like it's part of the structure, so there can't be anything more than pipes or wires underneath there, so nothing really worth them digging or even trying to open. Like it should not look like storage. It should literally look like on top of a water tank or your oven, or not underneath your bed.
No,
Okay.
basically underneath your bed, in cupboards, in drawers. That is a big no-no because they're pretty obvious places where you can hide stuff.
Now, also a good way to think about it is, you know those really annoying logical puzzles, like the puzzle boxes. So you get like a knot of wood or pins or something like that, basically, and say, oh, get the pin out or get the ball out.
And it actually only takes like 3 or 4 moves to be able to maneuver the wood in a way that opens it up. But if you don't know these 3 or 4 moves, you can be stuck there for hours.
Or days, or the puzzle could still be on your shelf unsolved because you just cannot be bothered to stare at it any longer. You can then include them in sort of discreet ways, and I don't know, drawers opening backwards or things like that to actually just hide stuff. You know, that seriously, we're just being so vague.
Well, yeah,
I know, but it's good. It's good that we're being vague because we have to be. Because if we tell you, then everything we say is just gonna be negated as soon as we say it. We shouldn't know where you hide your stuff, and you shouldn't know where we hide our stuff. That way, the thieves will not know when they break into your specific van, if they know
where is the most common place to find stuff.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a common place to find stuff. That is really, really, really key.
Now, obviously, with all the stuff in your van, the 2 most important things to have is 1. Don't carry around unnecessary expensive stuff. So don't carry around old laptops, old phones, because they're just going to sit there and there's more stuff to have to try and hide and keep out the way. Yeah.
If you have an old phone or an old laptop, you could keep them in your van and leave them out, basically a decoy.
That's true, or a fake phone. You can buy.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. A fake phone or a fake laptop. Also, don't make it look too old, because then it'll be like, that's definitely a decoy. But
actually,
just get a shell and leave it out, and then they'll just grab whatever they can.
Or leave it in like the top drawer in your kitchen, and like, oh, I found the laptop! Yay!
Yeah. So that could be an issue, and they wouldn't know whether that's a decoy or not because it will look genuine.
Yeah.
Pretend it's plugged in too.
Yeah, so that's the first thing. Don't carry around a lot of unnecessary stuff so you don't have to keep hiding it all the time. And the second thing is, get all your stuff insured. Because let's say the worst happens. They break in through level 1, they're ignoring level 2, and they find your Chinese puzzle box at level 3, and they, blowtorch their way into it because they're frustrated that they can't solve it, and they get your laptop and your phone, and they run out. Now, obviously, you'll want it insured, because if they somehow manage to do it, then you need to be protected. Yeah. And the most important thing is to just have insurance.
Basically, you need to talk to your insurance company and basically get almost like house insurance, right? It's your stuff. You need to insure your valuables. And if you're living, especially full time, if you're going, just for a weekend and you have, a fixed house somewhere, then you can obviously leave your stuff there. Which, by the way, it's not that secure either. But regardless, a different video. So you don't have to take them with you, but if it's full-time, it's your only home. But obviously we can't go through every single method in detail or mention all of them now in this video because it's just going to be an hour long. But if you do want us to do more videos in this, then please express your interest in the comments below and give this video a like. And also, I have a question for you. Would you put external CCTV cameras on your van?
That is a big thing that we are pondering right now. Do we bother putting them on the outside or not? How useful are they? Do they actually deter people? Is it worth the investment? Let us know. Where else do we do? Okay. Voila.